The United States is not trying to pay off its debt, and it never was. That sounds irresponsible, but it may be the only reason the system still works. Most people see a number, 30 trillion, 35 trillion, more than the entire economy, and they assume something simple: debt must eventually be paid back. That assumption makes sense for households. It makes sense for companies. It does not work the same way for a sovereign government that issues its own currency. When a family borrows, it must earn dollars before it can repay them. When a business borrows, it must generate profits, or it fails. But the United States government does not need to earn dollars. It issues them, and when it borrows, it does so by issuing Treasury bonds. Those bonds are not exotic instruments. They are the backbone of global finance. Who buys them? Pension funds, insurance companies, banks, investment funds, the Federal Reserve, foreign governments. On one balance sheet, they appear as government debt. On another balance sheet, they appear as safe assets. When the government pays interest, someone receives income. When new bonds are issued, capital gains a place to rest. Debt on one side is savings on the other. This is the part most people never see. U.S. debt is not just a liability. It is also the foundation of retirement accounts, bank reserves, and institutional portfolios. A large share of that debt is held domestically, inside the system, which means much of the interest paid stays inside the economy. Money does not vanish, it circulates, so why not eliminate it? Why not run a massive surplus and pay everything down? Because Treasury bonds are more than borrowed money. They are collateral. They are benchmarks. They are the risk-free rate used to price everything else: mortgages, corporate bonds, student loans, business financing. If U.S. debt suddenly disappeared, global finance would lose its anchor. Banks would lose their primary form of safe collateral. Markets would lose their benchmark yield curve. Liquidity would shrink, not because America failed, but because the system depends on treasuries existing. Government debt is not like a credit card. It is more like infrastructure. It records how much safe liquidity the system has created. This is why the United States does not eliminate its debt. It rolls it over. Old bonds mature. New bonds are issued. Capital moves. The structure continues. This process is called refinancing. It has operated for decades. The real question is not the size of the debt. It is whether markets trust it. Because debt is not just a number, it is a promise. Treasury bonds must be trusted. Interest must be paid. Auctions must function. Buyers must show up. The dollar is not backed by gold. It is backed by confidence. Confidence in institutions, confidence in repayment, confidence in stability. As long as that belief holds, the architecture stands. If confidence breaks, everything reprices. Interest rates rise, collateral weakens, markets react, not because the number is large, but because trust is fragile. U.S. debt was never meant to reach zero. It was meant to stabilize the system. Debt is not a countdown, it is design, and systems built on trust do not collapse because they are large. They collapse when confidence disappears. Think wealthy.